Hey guys, do subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell button to never miss any update from Radio Udaan.
Hello everyone, this is Sonal Patel joining you from Wisconsin, Maine in USA. I'm a lifelong learner and am infected by LOLUM, love of learning on MOOCs. Okay? This is part 3 of our Demystifying MOOC series by the youngest group of students from Vision Aid, an NGO from Boston, Massachusetts in USA. Today, here in the panel, we have 5 amazing teenagers from Vision Aid online Python training program, and they all have personal experience learning on various MOOC platforms, and they have taken a variety of classes online. Each of them will help to demystify MOOCs by sharing their personal journey on MOOCs with a lot of enthusiasm. I hope so. Right now, most kids in the world are learning online to stop the spread of COVID-19. It is important to know that there are accessible resources from the best schools in the world for everyone and everywhere and are available right now. Today, these students from Generation Z will help to demystify MOOCs. They are from grades 9 through 12. I have known them since they were in grades 7 through 10. Blindness has not stopped them from learning online and are all empowered and eager to share their experience learning on various MOOC platforms. So, hello juniors. I'm super excited to have you all here. I have learned so much from each one of you. None of the MOOC class could have taught me what I have learned working with you all in past 2 years. So, you are all my teachers. Welcome everyone. So now, as we did in part 1 and 2, in order for our listeners to connect with the participants here, let me get their introduction first in their own voice so you know who they are when you hear them later. Our first learner is Pranav. And Pranav, you can introduce yourself, and could you also indicate what type of assistive technology you use to access MOOCs on your computers and mobile device? So let's start with Pranav's introduction. Hi, Pranav.
Hello everyone, I'm Pranav Savla. I'm 14 years old and I'm in Bangalore studying in 9th grade. If you look at assistive technology to access MOOCs on my phone, I use VoiceOver on iOS and TalkBack on Android. And on the desktop, I use NVDA on my Windows machine and VoiceOver on my macOS laptop. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Pranav. And let's go to Bhuvi. Bhuvika.
Hi everyone, my name is Bhuvika Agrawal. I'm 15 years old. I live in Mumbai. I'm studying in 10th grade, and the assistive technologies which I use to access MOOCs are NVDA on my Windows laptop and TalkBack on my Android device.
Very good. Thank you, Bhuvi. Arush.
Hi everyone, I'm Arush and I'm 15 years old. I'm almost in 11th grade, and the assistive technologies I use is on the computer, I use NVDA, which is a screen reader, and on my Android phone, I use TalkBack.
Very good, Arush. Thank you. Nisha.
Hello, I'm Nisha. I'm 16 years old. Almost done with 10th grade as well, and I'm from Mumbai. And the assistive technologies that I use, so I use NVDA on my laptop and TalkBack on my Android phone.
And last but not the least, Bhavya.
Hello everybody, my name is Bhavya Shah. I'm 18 from Mumbai, just finished with my 12th board exams. I use NVDA on my Windows device and TalkBack on Android as well.
Very good. Okay, so now you know, and I hope our listeners have connected with you guys, and maybe many of our listeners already know you. So let's start with introduction for demystifying. So this time, to make it more exciting, we are going to demystify MOOCs with quiz. Okay, so I'm going to ask some questions regarding MOOCs that these panelists will answer, and they all have option to raise hand to answer so that everyone don't speak together. So let me start with the easy questions first. So let's start with the most basic question. MOOCs is an acronym, okay, that you may have heard. So our listeners may have already guessed. Still, I did not say this explicitly in any of my introduction before. There was a good reason for that. And can someone expand the term MOOCs, MOOCs? What does it stand for, MOOCs? Okay, Bhuvi, go ahead.
MOOCs stand for Massive Open Online Courses.
Very nice. Okay, very good. So as Bhuvi said, massive open online courses. Massive means any number of students can take. It's open means anyone can join, and obviously online courses. So you need internet to take MOOCs classes. Okay. Now, what are MOOC platforms? Okay, Pranav, go ahead.
So MOOC platforms are various large-scale platforms online that host many MOOC courses on them. They host a variety of MOOC courses. A few examples of MOOC platforms would be Coursera, edX, Udemy, Khan Academy, etc. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. So, in simple words, if those who have never used MOOC platform and are very much TV addict, I would say the MOOC platforms are more like Netflix and Disney Plus and all those. And the MOOCs are like movies that you watch on these, online streaming services. But MOOCs are far more interesting. No? Okay, so now the third question. So Pranav has already answered, but I'm still putting in so I can add something more to it later. So can you name two popular accessible MOOC platforms from USA that most Vision 8 students are familiar with and which you have heard in part 1 and 2? And do you know, now this is an addition, so do you know in which year these were established? And one bonus question along with this. So do you know a platform from India? Okay. Is Pranav is the only one who has raised hand right now? Okay, go ahead then, Pranav.
So two platforms from US would be Coursera, founded in 2012, and edX, founded around 2000, I think it was 2013. Also, two platforms from India would be Swayam, and also Khan Academy could be considered as well.
Very good. Khan Academy is not from India, and also Swayam is correct, and edX was also founded in 2012. Okay. So
Okay.
edX and Coursera both were founded the same year. edX actually started with one class from MIT. Let's come to that now. Very interesting. I hope now somebody else answered this. No. Now, share at least 5 different subjects that you can learn on these platforms. Let's see if you can share even more. How if each one of you share at least one subject? Okay. So how if, let's start with Arush. Subject.
Okay, CS.
Okay, Arush says that's what all Vision 8 students are started with. So, okay, Arush CS. So nobody else can now Stacy S. So which other subjects? Please. Who else? Pranav. Okay.
Psychology.
Very nice. Nisha.
Business and communication.
Very nice. So 3. Okay. Bhuvika.
Biophysics. And,
Okay. Very nice.
also various languages.
Very
Like
good.
Spanish, English.
Okay. So Bhuvi actually added to more than 2-3 subjects already. Okay. So if Bhavya want to just skip others, so you have already seen, and now that you said that, do you know a language I learned on edX? Which is that language? As Bhuvi said, there are language classes. Okay, this is just a bonus thing. So if I, pardon me? So
Chinese.
Arush and Pranav, let's say Arush.
Chinese?
Very good. And Pranav, you also know, I know that. And Nisha,
No, I just
anyone
wanted
wants
to,
to add any other subject?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I also wanted to add,
you can take music classes as well.
Yes, yes.
And you can also learn various vocational skills such as cooking and things like that.
Very good. Very, very good. So I think, yeah, there were so many subjects that Bhavya decided to stay silent because he is the oldest. Okay. So he is monitoring you. Now, this is little harder. So probably Bhavya may be able to answer, or you raise your hand. So which was the very first class from MIT on the edX platform, and who taught it? And how many students registered for this class? How many completed? And this is a hard one. I may have told this story to you. Do you know any student who completed this class successfully and came to MIT? The first class from MIT on edX. Oma? No one? No one? Hey guys, anyone wants to at least try? Yeah, please do, Pranav.
I'm not sure to everything, but
yeah, what a partial.
I think the number of students who completed that class were, I think, around. No, I think the number of students who took that class were like, I think 100,000 to 500,000 students, I think, took that class. And yeah, I think out of that, I think around 60% completed the course as well. So, yeah.
Well, Bhavya is raised. Okay, Bhavya, let's hear.
I think the first edX course offered by MIT was about circuits and electronics. I'm not sure of the exact number of students who took it, but surely it ranged in the thousands to tens of thousands or even more. And one of the students who was part of that course and completed it is none other than Dr. Sonal Patel.
Me, but I did not go to MIT. And anyway, of course, I completed. So the student, I should add about the student too, but let me first tell you that you both are right. In circuits and electronics was the first class, was taught by Professor Anant Agarwal, who is now one of the co-CEO of EDX and kind of founder of EDX. And the initial number of students who registered were 155,000 about, and about 7,000 completed it successfully and earned their first free certificate. And I was one of them, but the two students who completed that successfully and on 100% in that class, one was from Mongolia, but to see, and one student was from India, Amol, and they both came to MIT from 2013, and they graduated from MIT in 2017. And let me just tell you about Amol, that he actually, right after this class, he created a new class using the platform and the material from MIT's OCW. And he started volunteering and collected many volunteers, and thousands of students together completed another advanced class from MIT together using this same platform. So that is what made edX and MIT Notes system, that he took that initiative. So one of my advice is, like, do not take MOOC classes just to build your resume or make your college application shine. Do it because you are infected with Lolam and love to learn online and collaborate with others. Learn from others and help others. Amol did everything. No, he learned with others. He also helped others. And when you do what you love to do with total enthusiasm and really hard work, the world will recognize you and reward you. Okay, so just find an opportunity. He found that opportunity to really teach others and learn with others. Now, this was a hard question, but this has an important lesson in it. So that's why I brought it up. Now the next question, probably it's easy. It's easy probably for everyone, is now, which was the very first class from Harvard University on edX, and who was the teacher? Bhavya.
CS50 David Mellon.
Very nice. So in fact, the whole day and night, Pranav is a big fan of him now. He's chanting his name all the night. So, okay. So, okay. Do you know which was the first class on Coursera and who taught it? Once again, only Bhavya. Nobody else? Okay. So go ahead, Bhavya.
I'm not entirely sure myself.
Yeah. Guess. Yeah. But you have raised your hand, so just go ahead. Guess. No? Ooh. The first class on Coursera was from the founder of Coursera and the professor at Stanford University, Andrew Ng, and machine learning. Okay. I think Bhavya wanted to say that. No. Okay. Now, so now who, this is a hard one, but I think I do want to convey that to you all and hope you will take this, is who taught the very first biology class on edX, which was from MIT? And do you know the name of the class? And if you haven't, okay, Pranav, go ahead.
I'm not sure of the name of the class, but I'm pretty sure it was taught by Professor Eric Lander.
Very nice. So that was the MIT class, and the name of the class is Secret of Life. And if you haven't checked out, do check it out, okay? Even for 10th, it's about genetics, and he's a well-known scientist, and he heads the Broad Institute at Harvard and MIT, which Bhavya has visited. And he was the PI of the Human Genome Project, where, so, and it's a very, very interesting class. And when I took this class, there were so many students from 7th and 8th grade were also taking that class, and we had a puzzle in that class to solve the protein structure, by a game, using a game. where I think the younger students did far better than, I would say, people like me. You know? So it was a very, very interesting class, and which is still being offered. So you all should check that out. Now, let's see. Okay, let's bring it back to a home. Now, everyone should know that probably is, can you tell who was the very first blind student from VisionAid who was a screen reader user, took the MIT class on the edX platform? Okay, who hasn't said? Nisha?
Was it Aditi?
Wrong. Okay. Next chance. Who was the first one? Let's say now Pranav and Bhavya both are saying. So let me give chance to Pranav first.
Bhargav.
Very good. Thank you. And Bhavya, you want to add anything?
No, I think Bhargav.
Okay. So Bhargav took the very first edX class when edX was not completely accessible, but pretty accessible. So Bhargav was able to take and complete the class. And after that, so many of you have taken that class. Now, the next one. This year, edX has released its 2020 Impact Report. Here, one of the VisionAid student is featured as the model student from India, whose quote about the accessibility of the MIT class for blind appears in this report. Now, who is that student? And if you know that quote, that is a bonus. So, Pranav, you answered earlier, so let's ask who else? Nisha, go ahead.
Okay, the student is Aditi, but I don't know the quote.
Okay, the quote. Okay, student is Aditi, and the quote again you can read up on the impact report and also in the part 1 that I actually read. But I have posted the link to the impact report in part 1 description. Okay. Now, this probably, I don't know, but I hope one of you know the answer is, which is the website from where you can learn more about various MOOC classes on variety of platform. You can learn a lot about which classes are available, how many platforms are there, lot of information which this website has. Anyone? This is also part of the description in Pranav.
It's a guess, but I think it's the respective course's website.
Okay, probably it's not correct that I was expecting. Okay, the answer is, it's called classcentral.com. Okay? Now, Class Central is a very reliable website, and I have shared the link to it in the part 1 description. So do check it out if you are looking for the good online classes and what are the ranking of different classes. Now, that's about the Class Central. Okay, so this is a most recent current news. Currently, 2 MOOC platforms have started courses on coronavirus and COVID-19 to teach about various impact of this virus globally, which is current. Now, can you name at least one of that platform, that if you know the name of the course, from which university, etc., that's additional. Okay, Arush?
No, Coursera is one. I saw
Okay.
it like a few days ago.
Very good. Nisha, you want to add?
No, I was saying the same thing.
Okay, great. So there's Coursera, and there is another platform called Future Learn from UK. They have also a very nice class on COVID-19, and Future Learn is also a very interesting platform. So you can check it out. Okay, so now hopefully you all have names more than 5. Is that name at least 5 top universities offering courses on the MOOC platforms? Any? but you can mention the name of the school and the platform. But if I want to see more hands, so I can ask each one of you. Pranav, don't say all if I have more hands, but right now you are the, okay, Pranav and Bhavya. Okay, so start with Pranav.
Um, Harvard University offers courses on edX.
Very good. How about Bhavya?
So, Stanford University offers courses about cryptography and algorithms, among many other things, on Coursera.
Very good. And every one of you, Bhuvi?
University of Michigan offers courses on programming and computer science on Coursera.
Very good. And yes, all Vision 8 students have taken this programming class with Dr. Chuck, and now he offers the same 2 classes on edX also. Okay, one. Okay, how about Bhavya again? Okay.
So, a friend of mine took a finance and economics course from the University of Pennsylvania on Coursera.
Very good. Now, 1 or 2 more. Arush, Nisha? Okay, Pran, go ahead.
Me.
Okay, go, Nisha.
So I have found a few music courses from Berkeley.
Very nice. You know, the Berkeley School of Music is a very well-known school located in Boston. Okay. So that's Berkeley, and Berkeley School of Music has actually given an honorary degree to this A.R. Rahman, the music director from India.
Right.
So, okay, Pranav, you want to add something? And
Duke University, I recently have started a course on algorithms, which is part of a specialization on C programming on Coursera.
Okay, so how come everybody forgot MIT?
Exactly what I was going to point out. The class that all of us
Because I talked too much about
Arush,
MIT.
I thought Arush would take it, seeing as he's done so much. He's done a few courses on MIT, so.
Okay, well, there are.
I was actually about to say MIT.
Very good.
Because
there are amazing, all the top schools that you can think of in the world, they have classes on MOOC platforms. Every top school. Okay, Bhavya recently completed his college application, and I believe he must have seen so many school names, on various platforms. Okay, so now this is little bit probably easy, but I'm asking only 3. Name at least 3 top companies. It's not just schools, but there are various companies are offering courses on the MOOC platform. So please name at least 3. So I want to give chance to somebody who has not answered before. So Bhuvi, you want to answer? Pranav, okay, you are the one who has.
Yeah. So I Facebook. I know Facebook. I'm not sure if they offer. I think they do offer courses, but I know they also help out in many other courses, part of Harvard's. They help out in Harvard's courses as well, and they offer their own, I think.
Okay, anybody wants to share? Bhavya?
I had an email from Coursera a while ago. Google offers courses about tech support and how companies and customer service representatives can best provide that.
Okay, Pranav?
I got this from, I was part of, I got this from a mail from Coursera as well. And I found it on a search result as well, but found something on I found a course by Microsoft on how to use the Azure blockchain technology.
Very good.
I found that too.
Okay, Arush?
Yeah.
Okay, so Microsoft, Google, they have many courses, okay? Not just 1 or 2, but many courses Microsoft offers on edX too. And there's another company, IBM. They also offer courses on both these platforms. So there are many other companies too. So there are various companies that offer courses. And this is a short question before we move to a bigger, longer answer question. Let me just conclude with this, is which MOOC class is doing the puzzle day online that many of you are planning to participate? Okay, Bhuvi.
CS50.
Okay, CS50 on edX from Harvard University is doing a puzzle day on March 3rd, April 3rd to April 6th, and which is in collaboration with Facebook. Okay, because the Facebook founder, Mark Zuckerberg, actually not graduated from Harvard, but he got an honorary degree from Harvard afterwards.
Right, a few years
Okay,
later,
so just end of this quiz, but with one short answer question and then long question for all of you. Now, this short question is also for all of you. What do you love the most about MOOCs? All of you. So let me start with with each one of you. Start with Bhavya first. Let's go from top to bottom. Bhavya?
I think a really interesting bit about MOOCs is the breadth of topics they cover. So, literally any topic or subject that catches your fascination at a given instant, there is almost certainly a really well produced, high quality online course out there that you can take and enroll into in order to learn more on that subject. So, with time, I think MOOCs have really diversified in terms of the amount of subjects they are able to cover, and that's something I really appreciate.
Very, very good. Okay, Nisha?
So I would say that the best thing for MOOCs, best thing about MOOCs is the amount of help that is available. Is you can discuss with a large variety of people from all over the globe who are willing to help you, and everyone is so friendly regarding helping and supporting each other. It's a very positive environment.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you can learn in the global learning environment. Okay, Arush?
What I like is like Bhavya and Nisha said, you can learn so much and you can get help whenever you want. And the best thing is that you don't even have to go anywhere. Like you can sit at home and you can still learn so much and do so much.
Very good. So perfect timing now. Okay. Everyone could be learning on MOOCs. Now, Bhuvi?
I like that it's available all over the world, and it's like for everyone around the world, and it's a great connecting platform. You can connect with many students across the world, and you have large variety of subjects to learn based on your interests and hobbies. So also it's free of, like, most of the courses available are free of cost, and even if like few courses are paid, but they offer financial aid to students. So that's what I like about it.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, Arush, Bhuvi. Now, last, Pranav.
What I like most about MOOCs is their flexibility to adapt to different people's needs and to be as accessible and usable as possible, and not help in not getting any hinder in the way of a student's path of learning. For example, offering financial aids when a student's not able to pay for their course. And I'll give you a very interesting example. When I took CS50, for example, I couldn't do a scratch assignment, but when I contacted them, they immediately got the assignment skipped for me because I couldn't do it thanks to my vision aid. But I couldn't do it because I couldn't see the screen. But so yeah, they got it immediately out of the way for me, so I could continue on the other assignments without worrying about that.
So MOOC providers are all listening, and most MOOC developers are not blind, they are sighted. So we need to teach them whenever if we encounter any problem, we need to talk to them and they are listening, okay?
Yeah,
And
and
even
the thing I like is that they respond very quickly on your feedback. Do not delay it, and certainly do not put it at the bottom of the list of their priorities at that current time.
Okay, so now we will stay at Pranav right now. And this is can you share your experience with MOOCs? And you will demystify your way through your experience with MOOCs. So each one of you will share your experience like we did in parts 1 and 2. And this is your short answer question. And we will start with Pranav and go in the same order as we had your introduction. Okay, so let's start with Pranav. Share your experience on MOOCs.
Okay, so MOOCs kind of, you can say, a few years back when I started learning, they opened up a whole new variety of learning for me. So I started MOOCs. I started using a MOOC. In fact, I didn't know I was using a MOOC at that time, but honestly, I did started using a MOOC from 2016 when I was using Khan Academy for lessons. However, in 2018, then I took my first class on Coursera, which was the programming for everybody, getting started with the Python course offered by University of Michigan and taught by Dr. Charles Severance. And that time I learned that what I was doing was actually on a MOOC, and what I was the site that I was using was called a MOOC, and what a MOOC basically was. And after that, I completed my second course from the same specialization, which was on Python data structures. Then I did my first and by far my favorite course, which is the CS50 or Computer Science 50 course offered by Harvard University and taught by Professor David J. Mellon. And so I completed this in December of 2019. In middle, I had also audited quite a few courses, for example, learning how to learn, Mindshift, etc. Right now, I just finished a course on SQL offered by University of Michigan and taught by Professor Charles Severance, and I'm also doing a course on algorithms by Duke University and course on mobile development offered by CS50 itself. So in short, offered me an easy way of learning, in fact a very fun way of learning, without moving out of my home, and basically it enables me to learn much more, and I think that's the thing that's pleased me the most about a MOOC.
So Pranav, just very quickly, can you say, I didn't want to interrupt you, was whenever you mention any particular class that you completed, you mentioned on which platform. No, just very quickly, if you can just combine, so that our listeners know that this is the class you have completed, which is if they want to go there and check it out.
Sure. So the two classes, all the classes from University of Michigan that I have, so I completed 3 classes from University of Michigan, 2 under one specialization called Programming for Everybody. The 2 courses were getting started with Python and Python data structures. They're very good courses, and they are on Coursera. Then I also did a course on SQL by University of Michigan, which is also available on Coursera. I've done a course, I'm doing a course on algorithms, which is part of a specialization on C programming covered by Duke University on Coursera. And I've done the Harvard CS50 course, CS50X course on edX. And I'm also doing Harvard CS50's mobile development course on edX right now. And I've done quite a few courses on many biology topics, and I've done a few on physics as well. Many of them I really can't remember the names of, but all of them are available on Khan Academy if you should search. But they're I think sixth grade level courses to take.
Okay, very good, Pranav. Thank you very much. Okay, Bhuvi, you can go ahead, share your experience with MOOCs.
So I started MOOCs. I started learning on MOOCs in 2018. So the first class which I took was offered by MIT, which was Introduction to Computer Science and Programming on edX. So I took this class in 2018. Then I had also taken Programming for Everybody, which was offered by University of Michigan on Coursera. It had two parts. Part one was getting started with Python, and part two was Python data structures. And now I'm thinking of taking the CS50 class offered by Harvard on edX. So apart from that, I had also done a biology course on edX. I can't remember the name of the course. And so my experience overall was really fun. It was a great learning platform where we can learn and apply what we have learned. Also, apart from computer science, the rest of subjects like bio and physics courses which are offered are really helpful for students of 9th and 10th grade and also below that. So overall, it's a great learning experience, and I look forward to taking many more courses in future.
Very good, Bhuvi. Thank you very much. Let's go to Arush.
Hi. So the very first course that I did was the two Python courses from Coursera taught by Dr. Chuck. So I had a really good experience, especially because he taught really well and I could understand the concepts really well as well. And and yeah, I what I liked was I was able to learn a lot and have fun at the same time, which is a great way of learning according to me. And then and then the next course I did was from edX. It was also a Python course, and even the professor there, he taught really well, and all these courses were pretty accessible as well, and it was really easy to work around them. But from what what the course on edX taught me was discipline, because this was actually an instructor-based course, so I had to actually learn to manage my time and give it the time it needed and submit my work before the deadline. And so along with learning, I got to there were quite a lot of challenges in this course, and I got to learn a lot and how to tackle those challenges, as well as keep up with the keep up with the deadlines and all that. So that was a really good experience as well, and I look forward to doing a lot of courses, MOOC courses, because like I said, they teach me a lot and I get to have a lot of fun, Uh, it's challenging also. It can be challenging as well, which is good. And the best part is help is really help is available, and people there are really friendly, and they do help a lot, like especially in the course edX course, where like I said, it was challenging at times, so I did ask for help, and the people there were really supportive, and they really helped me get through the course. So yeah, I am really happy with the MOOC courses, and I do plan to continue doing more.
Very good, Arush. So you mention the edX course you were talking about is from MIT. That's the class that you just described, and you will be taking. I have recommended Arush and anyone in 10th grade. Afterwards, there are classes on advanced placement, AP exams in various subjects on edX that many of our listeners, if they have just completed 10th grade and are thinking of applying abroad and want to prepare for variety of subjects, there are special tests called AP tests. So there are classes available on ADX, okay, for preparing for AP. So thank you very much, Arush. And let's go to Nisha.
So my experience, it hasn't been that much because I started it around 9th grade, so I was mostly busy with school. So till now I have only done about I have done one course, which is the Dr. Chuck's Python course, and it was a really nice experience because of how friendly the professor was, how he explained the things, and how supportive the community was as well. I hope to do more courses in the future on a number of subjects, and hope to have more positive experiences too.
Okay, very good, Nisha. Thank you. And Bhavya.
I've also taken the same MIT and UMH Python programming courses on edX and Coursera respectively that other students have already mentioned and spoken about. Apart from those, I wanted to learn a little bit of Spanish this one time. So I think roughly last year in my summer break for a week or so, I did a little bit of a University of Valencia offered basic Spanish course on edX. I've also done a little bit of exploration of a TOEFL preparatory course on edX for a standardized testing exam called the Test of English as a Foreign Language. Apart from that, I've been using Khan Academy for my SAT practice, SAT being another standardized testing examination. So this has largely been the extent of my online courses and education over the internet. I hope to expand this in the coming weeks and months because I'm done with high school and college is several months away and coronavirus has confined me to my home. So might as well make a little bit of productive use of that. I think the biggest feature of platforms like edX, Coursera are that they offer courses oftentimes free of cost. So perhaps for a certificate, you may need to pay and you may need to apply for financial aid. But auditing the course, as somebody mentioned, essentially means that you can access all of the lessons and quizzes and discussion boards and the majority of features of an online course without any charge whatsoever. I think what this does is that this democratizes access to learning because a lot of us are constrained by education systems that might not be great, teachers who aren't the most qualified in their field, and this is true, however sad it may be, in developing countries like India. I think online education is uniquely capable of leveling the playing field for all students everywhere.
Very good, Bhavya. And I must add something. Now, Bhavya will be joining Stanford University from fall, and you all can also take variety of classes from Stanford University on Stanford Online. And I just recently read that now Stanford, about few engineers from Stanford have designed a new platform where some of the Stanford online classes will be hosted. Um, it is called Class to Go. So check it out. You know, when Bhavya is there at Stanford, some of you can also take some classes from Stanford along with him. Okay. And I think, thank you very much, Bhavya. And so now I think since we did the quiz, instead of having a discussion, let me summarize few things since this is part 3 of our demystifying series. So I'll summarize and then is the surprise, okay? So have the drum roll ready for that surprise. No? Now let me just say few points that you take away from all this demystification information for all our listeners here. Now, to be admitted in any course or program on the MOOC platform, you do not have to satisfy particular quota. Like the course doesn't limit you from enrolling, no, like we have only 200 students can enroll. No, if there are 2000, the MOOC will enroll. Okay, so that is why these are called massive. That means there can be massive, many thousands of students, or there are courses where there are only few hundred students. But that depends on the popularity of the course and the need and interest of the learners who want to take, plus the type of class, whether it is self-paced or it is exam oriented and all that. So on MOOCs, you can even collaborate with others in different countries or even discuss your doubts with any other global learner on the course discussion board or social media sites. Even course staff monitors these discussion boards. And many MOOC also have special community mentors who have taken class in past and are volunteering to help others. So you all can always help others on the MOOC platforms on the discussion board if you have completed the class and you want to stay connected with the class. So you can do a full class, a partial class, or just reference a class for another MOOC class or your college class or school class. There is a lot of freedom for you to design your own learning style and patterns when you learn using online classes here. Okay. Now, many MOOCs have flexible deadline for the assignment and many have fixed deadlines. You can choose what fits your schedule and style of learning. Now, so many ways to learn and also earn credentials, do specializations, earn a degree, earn a certificate, or just audit the class. Many MOOC providers also provide financial aid to pay for the certificate. So do check that out for individual providers on their website. And my final comment before the surprise is the most important thing is not how well you do in the course or how many certificates and degrees you earn, but how you apply what you learn to connect with the world, improve yourself, inspire others to learn, and help others in every way possible. Okay, that's so I hope we have been successful in spreading Lolum in our way as best as we could through this 3-part series, and our listeners have enjoyed and have already started taking and exploring on MOOCs. And so now is the surprise. Okay, now may I request Bhavya, who is the 6th best speaker in the world, to summarize as an argument in favor of MOOCs for blind and visually impaired. Drum roll. And that's, take it from here. He's the world debate champion too now. And the 6th best speaker who, so this is the surprise. Okay, now Bhavya will summarize. That's the argument for, MOOCs for
Yeah.
blind and visually impaired. Okay, go for it. No.
All right. So this was entirely unexpected, but
Yes,
okay.
a surprise.
Surprise on me.
Okay.
We know Bhavya can do it.
All right, let's
Yes,
go.
I have full confidence. Okay, go.
Learning is the gateway to improved living standards, access to employment opportunities, and moving upwards in the socio-economic ladder that is life today. We think learning can occur in different forms for different people, but one means of accessing that for every single person around the world are online courses. Internet access is on the rise, so must online learning. So proud to propose. What are some reasons why you should check out MOOCs and actively explore and promote them? One, accessibility. We think the fact that this is digital in nature, which can be accessed by assistive technologies such as screen reading software, makes them uniquely accessible. On the other hand, in schools and colleges, you have the hassle of converting print textbooks into electronic formats. How about learning from an electronic format source directly? That's what MOOCs are. Second of all, on time-based flexibility. A lot of us are busy in our own schedules of life, such as work, such as education, and other personal commitments. What MOOCs ensure is that whether it is evening or whether you are a night owl, you have the flexibility of opening www.edx.org and going there to your favorite professor, the favorite university, and the favorite subject to explore within the comfort of your home at your own convenience. Not even COVID-19 can spoil the day for you. Third of all, about the breadth and depth of different subjects and courses. Breadth meaning the number of subjects and topics you can explore. You want to check out a course on public health because you're concerned about the corona crisis? I'm sure there are many courses for you. However, if you're just curious about the economic impact of this and how the stock market works, surely there are many courses from top-notch academicians even on that subject. But crucially, on depth, not just the basic facts that you could get by reading a Wikipedia page by that name, but the insights that you get from people who have spent decades upon decades producing research papers and giving lectures to students around the world. Those are the people whose thoughts and knowledge you get to access directly. We think blind and visually impaired students and people have been left behind by the mainstream society. Education online, uniquely through the platform of MOOCs, are the way to bridge that gap to democratize access to learning and give us a chance at a better life. For all of these reasons, try out a MOOC.
Very good, Bhavya. No, amazing, amazing. No, was the surprise to Bhavya. I had not told him I'm going to put him on the spot, and he did. Okay. So
I guess,
now,
yeah, full points for that.
very, very good. And as everyone knows, Bhavya would be joining Stanford University from fall. So we wish him very best and stay safe, keep learning, keep growing, always help others, stay infected with Lolam and keep spreading this good infection. And wish you all very best and thank you everyone. No? Okay, thank you very much.